How's it going, everyone? As always, God bless you and thank you for being here. I'm Gage and this is Candy Coral Aquatics. If you're not yet a subscriber, please think about subscribing and hitting the notification bell, because this is where I talk about all things reefing, and more importantly, this is really where I share information that I've gathered through personal experience and testing that I share with you guys to help you guys become more successful with your own reef tanks. If you're already a subscriber and you're back for more, I just want to say thank you very much for being here. You're the reason why I continue to put these videos out. So I do have a personal goal for this channel. I'm sitting right now at about 460 some odd subscribers. I'd like to get to 1,000. So if we can get to 1,000 as fast as possible, that would actually allow me to do some live streaming on my mobile device, because YouTube now has this rule where you can't live stream unless you have 1,000 subscribers. So I would appreciate it if we could make that happen. So yeah, let's start smashing that subscribe button. So what I want to do today is I just want to kind of share with you guys what's to come in this channel. So I haven't really uploaded a new video on the tank lately, but I have been doing things with it. So right now I'm kind of diving into the world of acropora and SPS, and I've got about a handful of different corals that I'm growing out right now. Some you guys might have seen, others I know you haven't yet. At least I don't think you have. So I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. What I noticed was I was getting pretty tunnel visioned on my zoanthids, and if you guys go back into my library, you'll actually see I uploaded some videos on how to grow zoas, because honestly, I don't care what anybody says, I would not consider zoas a beginner's coral, and here is why. While they're coined as that, and I might have referred to them as that in the past, I'm starting to think more and more that they're not. A lot of new tanks and new hobbyists that I see with zoanthids, 9 times out of 10, their zoas look really crappy. They're not doing good. They're not very colorful. They're not spreading. They're not extending. They just look bad. So I think zoas, while they're not necessarily hard, I think there are some things about them that people either don't know or don't pay attention to, and that's why they're not as successful with them. So if you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch my video. I believe it's called My Method to Growing Zoanthids, and that'll share with you guys kind of what I have noticed on how to be successful with those. So getting back on topic to the acropora and stuff that I've been growing out. So what I noticed was I had some really good growth for a little while, and then all of a sudden it kind of stopped. And I thought that my parameters were good, which was just me being ignorant because I wasn't testing for them, but I was doing weekly water changes. So here's what I found out. Alkalinity is what was low in my tank, and that's actually what was causing my coral to not calcify and grow like it should. Well, I didn't have anything die and I didn't lose coloration, growth just kind of stopped. So month A, things were looking pretty good. Month B, things were looking good, but I wasn't seeing that extra growth or extension that I thought that I should be seeing within a month. So to give you an example, I have one coral in there called a Jedi Mind Trick Monopora. It's a bright green coral. It's a plating monopora, and then it's got bright red polyps, and then as it grows out, the rim of it is super bright purple. It's a really cool looking coral. I didn't see that purple like I thought I should, and it didn't seem to be getting any bigger, so that kind of made me scratch my head, and I was like, well, maybe something's off. So I would go and I would test, and nitrate's good, there's no ammonia, phosphates are okay, water's salinity is okay, what's going on? Well, then I tested my calcium, magnesium, and alkalinity. Now, I also had these other acropora in the tank, which started to calcify and grow well, and then the same thing happened. They kind of just slowed right down. Again, nothing died or lost color, they just weren't growing like they should. So what I ended up finding out was my calcium was about 380, 400, which is a little low, but that shouldn't be causing a problem. My magnesium was 1400, so that was perfectly fine, but my alkalinity was 5.6. So I ended up dosing alkalinity. I have a 2-part solution that I got from Bulk Reef Supply. If you go to their website, they actually have a calculator where if you guys are dosing, which you should be, calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, or whatever you're dosing, there's actually a calculator on there that you can enter in some information. You put in what your tank is currently at, what you would like it to be, and then it tells you how much to dose. So I went and I did that. I split my dosing between like 2.5 and 3 days, because I was going from 5.6 to 8 DKH, so I split that up over a few days, and then my alkalinity was back where it should be. Now, every single week, I do a test for calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium. And what I've noticed since doing that is alkalinity drains a whole lot faster than calcium or magnesium. So you could say alkalinity is the key and or the king element that we should be testing for, okay? We should be adding it regularly. What I have found on my system is, even though my system would not be technically considered overstock for hard calcifying corals, I probably would have to end up dosing alkalinity at least maybe once a week, if not not more often, just with what I have to maintain stable alkalinity. Now, I think that's really saying something, because people who have a lot of coral in their tank that might not be testing as often, if you're running into similar situations where it's like, man, I'm not getting the growth that I want, test your alkalinity, because I think what you're going to find is your alkalinity is draining a whole heck of a lot faster than you think that it might be. So I would say probably if you have a decently stocked tank, twice a week, you guys should be testing your alkalinity. That way you can kind of see, hey, Monday it's this, Thursday it's this, okay, it fell by this many points. That tells me, all right, so once a week, maybe I should be adding, 30 milliliters or whatever it might be. Then you guys can just say, okay, I know from now on, every week I need to be doing this. Let's do that. Let's get back to that stability factor. Once I started doing that, my corals just started going nuts again. So now I've got a ton of growth off that monopora. My acros are growing really, really well and crusting really nicely. I'm getting branching from them, which I'll show you guys in the next video. So next video, we're going to be talking about my experiences with acropora, because when I start talking acropora, or when anybody starts talking acropora, usually the reaction that I see with people is, oh my gosh, I would love to have acros. I would love to have SPS and monoporas, but I'm just not successful with them. I've tried it. They died. I gave up on it. I'm going to stay with my soft coral. I'm going to stay with my LPS. Acros and monopora aren't that difficult, okay? I know you're probably going to think I'm crazy when I say that, but guys, you've seen my system. I don't have super fancy dosers or Neptune systems or any of that kind of crap on my system. I keep it super simple. I dose it myself. I do water changes myself, and I've been able to grow anything that I've put in that tank so far. So I'm not saying hooray me or like I'm an expert by any means, but what that is telling me is if I can do it, you guys can do it, okay? And that's what I'm here to help you guys do. Let's get you guys a really nice tank, and let's get you guys your first piece of acropora, or let's get you guys back into the world of SPS, and let's help you become successful with that. So I hope this video has been fun. I hope it's been a little interesting, and I hope you guys are excited to see what I'm going to be bringing to the channel next. So make sure you look for a video. I'm going to try to pump one out this week, early next week, on the tank and what I've got going with it. And yeah, we'll get you guys rolling with some SPS coral. Until next time, guys, take care. God bless. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything, I think I do a really good job at responding. I typically respond in less than 24 hours. So go ahead and drop something down below if there's anything you guys want to talk about. And let's try to get those subscribers up. All right, guys, take care and God bless you. Bye.